Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now in this video we are going to look at this question, which is a little bit tricky, it may seem, but it is really simple if you know about your concepts that you have learned in the easy level difficulties. If easy level questions, then this will be really easy for you. You just need to apply a bit of your logic, and that's it. You will be easy to solve this problem. So what this question is, let's jump into that. Let me go here. So let's say, for example, right now I'm taking the second example that is given here, okay, which is 2 1 3 3 3 and 2. So this is the array that we are given, okay, and as the question says, we need to group the people given the group size they belong to. Okay, so right now, like this is the group size, okay, it is 2. So for 2 we will have to group them into a group of 2 people. Okay, let's x and y. For 3 it will be like x, y, z. Okay, so this signifies nothing but the size of the list that you are going to add to your list. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Let me show you first what this actually means in this question, what the answer is going to be for this question. So if you can see, we have let me write the index as well, 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so if you will see here, for 2 we have 2 at 0th index and 5th index. Okay, so it is going to be 0 5. Next we have 1 at first index, so it's going to be only 1. Next we have 3 at 2 3 and 4, so it's going to be 2 3 and 4. Okay, and we have to return this answer. Okay, it is easy if you look at in general way, but there are possibilities that instead, in this particular question, we have all the elements only for once, right? But let's say if we take the first example, we have 3 3 3 3 3 1 3. Okay, if you will see here, we have 3 6 times. In that case, what we will do? So in that case, we will have 2 different lists of 3 values, right? So this can have multiple answers. How? Let me show you here. 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Now since 3 is repeated multiple times, we can take any type of combination here. It can be 0 1 2 0 1 3, okay, 0 1 4 0 1 and 6, and so on. Like you can have so many different combinations, and the question doesn't suggest that you should return only one particular answer. Any of the answer is fine, right? You can even if you return 0 1 2, okay, as one of the list, or if you return 0 1 and 6, that is also fine. Both of them will be considered as correct answers. Now how are we going to solve this? So we will be looking at 2 different approaches here. First is going to be the brute force approach, and second is going to be our optimized approach. Okay, now I'm sorry. So what is going to be the brute force approach? Let me write the question here. 3 3 3 3 3 1 and 3. Okay, so for the brute force approach, what we are going to do is we will traverse through this list. Okay, and we will be traveling through twice through this list. First is while taking into consideration the size of the group that we want to have. Okay, and second, for the second group, the second loop, we are going to add that value to the list that we are going to create. Okay, so how is this going to work? Let's do a walkthrough here. Okay, it will be easy to understand. So let's say our ith loop, and inside that we have our jth loop. Okay, now right now what we'll do is, at every ith loop we will assign this to let's say a temporary variable size. Okay, group size of I. Okay, and after that, in jth loop we will check if this value is equal to our size or not. If it is like let's say like if we are going like group size of j, if that is equivalent to size, what we'll do is we will add that to our temporary list. Okay, dot add, we'll add that index. Okay, we want index, so we'll add that index to our temporary list, and simultaneously we will reassign this value to 0 because we have seen this value. We don't want to go at that place again. Okay, why I am saying like this is because let's say okay, in this example only, let me take it here only. Okay, so after like the first ith loop, what we'll have is that it will be 0 0 0 3 3 1 and 3. Why is this? Because at the first step we have this is equals to 3, right? Size equals to 3. Now in this jth loop, if we start, we'll see like we encounter 3, the index of 3 is 0 5 6. Okay, so in the our temporary list, what we will have is 0. Okay, next we are at first position, at first index. So j, group size of j, is that equal to size? Yes, it is equals to 3, so we'll add that index and it will become 0. Okay, next is 2. Okay, at second index we have 3 is equals to size, so it will be okay like that. And here we can see that the temp size, the size of a temporary list, that is equal to what the size of this array is. Okay, like the size of the list that we want to have. Okay, so as soon as this size becomes equivalent to this size, we will add this temporary list to our result list, result dot add, and we'll add this temp. Okay, so now after this as soon as this is done, right, our jth loop will break. Okay, and since our jth loop has broken, our I will get reassigned. Now since we don't want any zeros, right? So we will put a condition like if it is 0, then we don't need to go through the whole loop again. Okay, so it will go here, it will check, it is 0, it will continue, it is 0, it is not 0. So right now the size is equals to g, a group size of I, that is equals to 3. Our temporary list will be created again. Okay, our temporary list will be created again and it is empty as of now. So after this we will check at jth position. So is 0 equals to 3? No. Is 0 equals to 3? No. Is 0 equals to 3? No. Is 3 equals to 3? Yes. So we'll add this index, that is 3, and we'll reassign this to 0. Similarly we'll continue. Is 3 equals to 3? Yes. So we'll add this here and it will become 0. Okay, now is 1 equals to 3? No, so we skip. Is 3 equals to 3? Yes, so the index is 6, so it will go here. And since this temp size, the size of our temporary list, is equal to our group size, okay, that is size, then we just come out of the jth loop and we add this to our result list. Okay, let me do this here. So after this whole operation, this will be 0, this will be 0, and this will be 0. And so far it will go like continue, and at the end we will have our final answer as 0 1 2, then we have 3 4 6, then we will have 5 for the number 1, like this one, first value, like 1 value. So I hope you understood this. It is not very complex. If you didn't understand, I will suggest that you watch it again. Okay, so this is actually the whole skeleton of this code that we are going to write. Okay, this is sort of the walkthrough that I have given to you on the code that we are going to write. Okay, and it is quite easy to understand, I hope. But if you didn't understand, we can also like go through the code, and then it will be much easier for you. So let's jump into the code. Let me remove all this. Okay, and wait, where is my code? LeetCode, yeah, here. So first thing that we need is a list. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We need to create a list of list. Okay, so list. We have this autocomplete. It's really good, but it's very annoying as well. So anyway, result, that is going to be new array list. Okay, our list is ready. Now for this particular case, let's take the size of a group as well. So let me create that as group sizes dot length. Okay, now our first loop, that is going to be, okay, now as I said, if you remember, I said that there are chances where we will encounter 0 value in our array, right? So for that, I will just keep a condition here. If group sizes at I is greater than 0, only in that case we will continue this loop, otherwise we will skip that element. Okay, here I will just store our group size at index I to a variable. Okay, and we will create a temporary list. So that is going to be integer temp equals to new array list. Okay, now in our second loop, what we are going to do is that j is going to be less than length, and we have one more condition to check, that is that the size of our temporary list, it should not exceed this size, group this size. Okay, so we'll add that condition as well, and temp dot size should be less than size. Okay, as soon as it exceeds, as soon as it is not less than size, it will come out of this loop. Okay, j plus plus. Yeah, so here what are we going to check? If group sizes at this jth index, if that is equal to the size that is required, okay, then we'll add that index to our temporary list. Okay, and we'll reassign the jth index to 0. This is the task, it is done. Okay, now there are cases where we do not encounter any value at all. Okay, that means the list that we have, the temporary list that we have over here, it is going to be empty. Okay, and we do not want to add any empty list to our result. So in that case, we will check before adding to our result list, we will add if temporary list is not empty, that is greater than 0. If it is, then we'll add this to our result, and at the end we'll simply return our result list. Okay, the code is really small, only a bit of changes here and there. Okay, it is nothing new. This is all we have learned and seen in our easy level questions. It is really simple. So let me submit this. Okay, but you know, as this is a brute force approach, this is taking a lot of time. If you can see here, 18 ms, and the time complexity here is O of n square. Okay, where n is the length of or size of our group, given group. Okay, and we need to reduce this because it is very costly. So let's jump into our optimized code. Okay, so what are we going to do in our optimized code is that we will create a hash map. Okay, we will be working with hash map. Okay, how is this going to work? So let me show you here. So as you know, hash map works on key value pairs, right? Okay, so right now what we'll do is, for key we will give the integer. What integer? Okay, we will have the size as in this every element of our group size. Okay, every element of our group size, that is going to be our key. And what is going to be our value? It's going to be our temporary list. Okay, so how is this going to work? So in this case, what we'll do is that we will go through our arrays. Okay, and at each value we will check if for that particular key do we have any temporary list available in our map? If so, then we will add that value in that temporary list. Otherwise, we will create one. So let me take here, for example, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, and 3. Okay. So first step, let me write it here. First step, we will check, do we have any key here? No. So what we'll do is we will have here, and we will create a temporary list. Okay, so for this we have created a temporary list, and we will add this index, okay, where we have found this, to our temporary list. Okay, let's go ahead. The next is 3. Do we have any key here in our hash map? Yes. So we will have like this index 0, 1. Let me write the index here: 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll add this list, this index, to the list. Okay, that is going to be like this. Next, let's go ahead. We have 3, right? We have the key 3. Okay, and so we will add this index to our key. Now as soon as this value, this list, it becomes equivalent to this size, okay, it like equivalent to the first size, the size of our key. Okay, if as soon as it becomes equivalent to the size of our key, we will return this value to our result. Okay, this is the step 1. Okay, so as soon as it is returned, our result, let me write it here, our result is going to be 0, 1, 2, and we will remove this value from our hash map. So again our hash map becomes empty. Okay, now let's continue. Similarly, do we have any 3? We had, but we do not have anymore. So we'll add a 3 and we'll have an empty list. Okay, and we will add this index here. Next, 4. Okay, next we have 1. Do we have any 1? No. So we will create a 1 and we will create a temporary list, and we'll add that index. Okay, so it is going to be 5. Now this size is equivalent to the key. Okay, so in that sense we'll return this and we will remove this, okay, from our hash map. Next is 3. Do we have 3? Yes. So we'll add this index, and as soon as we do that, our size becomes to be the size of the list, it becomes equivalent to the key. Okay, so we add this to the result. Okay, the order in which the lists are arranged inside your list doesn't matter. Okay, it should like provide these particular sizes of list. Okay, so you can see like it is quite easy to understand from the hash map. So let's jump into the code of that. So first of all, we need a hash map. So let me create that, and first value, key value, is going to be integer. Okay, and our value, like key value pair, right? So key is going to be integer, value is going to be a list of integer. Okay, this is going to be hash map. Okay, for safety I'll just take the length of group sizes as well, dot length. Okay, so let's go through this loop. Okay, so first we want the size of whatever the value we are going to write. So let me create like the size is equals to group sizes at ith index. Okay, and we need to check what before that we need to create a list as well that we are going to add into our map. Okay, let me create that integer, let me name it as temporary, and this is going to be what? This is not going to be like the conventional way we create our array list, right? This is like this is not we are going to do. What we'll do is we will fetch our array list from our hash map. Okay, so we know the function that we are going to use is get, right, to get the value of any key. But what we need to look here is that we might not have that value as of now in our hash map. So if you will see here, when the list was empty, okay, when the Yeah, so when the list was empty, we did not have anything. Okay, so in that case, we created a list and we added that size to that list, to the hash map. So in that case, we'll not just use get, we'll use get or default. What this will do is that it will first get the size. If it is not available, then it will take the default value that we are giving. Okay, this is what it's going to happen. Okay, now once the map is created, the list is created, we'll add this index to our temporary list. Okay, and after this, what we're going to do is we will put this temporary list to that particular size. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Okay, this task is done. Now we need to check if what temp.size, the size of our temporary list, if that is equals to size. In that case, we are going to do two things. First thing is that we will add this list to our temporary to the result. Okay, and we are going to remove this list from our hash map. Okay, and at the end we'll simply return our result. Okay, if you are not aware of the functions of map and how the hash map works, I will seriously recommend this to you, that you first look into what hash map is, how it's going to work and everything. Okay, yeah, only then and then it will be really easy for you to understand this. Okay, otherwise you are going to scratch your head. Okay, this is really simple stuff. If you know a bit or a few things about the map functions and how the hash map works and all those. Okay, so our code is done. Let me submit this. Okay, I did not create the result list, so let me list integer new. Okay, anything else do we have? Only result, right? Okay, let me submit this again. Okay, it's really that simple. And this whole solution, it's going to take like if we ignore the get or default method, and if we ignore the put function, the time complexities of those two functions of hash map, then this is going to take big O of n time complexity, where n is the length of your group size. Okay, because we are traversing through the whole list only once. Okay, so it's not going to take a lot of time. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it and you understood this and you learned something new. Okay, and do let me know how you find this video. And as I generally don't say this, but if you do like this, do subscribe. It really motivates me to make more videos. Okay, I won't be saying this again and again. It seems very weird and awkward to me to ask this kind of thing, but only once in a while, if I think that I am not getting enough attention of you guys and you are not liking this video, only then I will ask for you to do such a thing. Otherwise, it's completely your wish. You are here to learn something new. You are here to understand the new concepts. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video, and do let me know if you have any other suggestions for me to solve from any other platform. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep coding.